Time to buckle up the Seminoles and the Tigers. Their first meeting since 2019 underway in Baton Rouge. Here comes FSU. Latson on cue, the layup. Tigers trying to scratch the scoreboard, and Anise Moro will do exactly that. LSU sixth in the country at 85 per contest.
Both teams very comfortable turning into a track meet. And boy, those baseline out of bounds under this time of the year, you cannot give them up. Breakdown that time by LSU underneath.
Latson with 4, and Jimmy, that's what both sides were working on first this morning at shoot-around. Those out-of-bounds plays inside to Smith.
Boy, both teams want to score early in that shot clock. They don't take a lot of time working that ball around, and there you see the inside. Good sign early for LSU to get her involved on the offensive end.
Latson with a three-pointer. Tania Latson from downtown.
Of Smith at the other end right here. You cannot have those feet inside that three-point line and allow her to casually dribble. You take away that airspace, make her see multiple jerseys the entire night.
Morrow defended successfully by Timpson and out of bounds. It'll stay on this end. I need to be more vocal. Need to make sure my leadership is where it needs to be to win a game like tonight. Great dish from flau'jae inside to Morrow.
Yeah, she is such a workhorse.
Latson with 8. Stolen. She averages more than 2 steals per game. The mid-range. She'll get it back. Tania Latson dominating early, and it's 10-6.
Two-quarterback system between my 2-point guards. It's just whoever's playing the best, but they cannot turn the ball over, just manage it in this game.
Morrow to Smith, brilliant dime. It's 10-8. Jimmy, here comes the pace you and I were talking about. Turnage, bounce pass is picked off. Here comes flau'jae.
He is so good with either hand around that rim. Well, LSU has their own active hands and active athletes. Awfully long, awfully explosive on both ends of the floor. Not just their offense, they can explode defense.
10 points, 2 boards. Latson gets a breather, nearly halfway home, and an entertaining start in our first quarter of the second round in Baton Rouge, and the kiss for Morrow. She's got 6. Diane Day Wilson on the floor for the first time, coming off an 11-point outburst against San Diego State.
And again, just manage the game. If you're the LSU point guard, you're surrounded by All-Americans.
Kim Mulkey basically reiterated that to us earlier this morning. Williams from downtown. What's in your wallet? And the second round is presented by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes.
Well, you have to walk that fine line if you're Florida State in this building. You want to stay aggressive and play fast, but not to the expense of opening up this game in front of the home crowd.
Morrow with the mid-range. It's been fantastic. Off the steal, Latson back on the court. She has all 10 Florida State points, and now her second steal. Make that 12 in a row for Tania Latson to start.
She got to get some help, though, right? 12. Good enough to keep you in the game, but got to have some help to win the game.
Day Wilson to Morrow. She's been active inside to Smith, and the bigs, the high-low action has been working well.
Reed gets some off their own. And there's that interior passing from Morrow on the inside to Smith. You've got to make your open threes if you're Florida State to hang in this game.
Backdoor cut, Michaela Williams, 21-12, and the largest lead for LSU.
Elbow series up top and get a good cut. And the length of Smith as a passer at 6, LSU has cut in the games that we've seen here so far.
Gordon the runner, short. Timpson on the offensive glass. First bucket for a non-Tania Latson player. 22-14, 1 of 2 at the line. Latson over to Gordon. Corner triple. Big shot. A much-needed three-pointer.
That can't happen if you're LSU on your home floor. You allow someone on the first side to be wide open from 3.
LSU shooting nearly 70% to start. Williams with a mid-range.
She didn't like the opening shooting drill that they went through and circled them up and said, that better be the last unrelentless thing we do today.
Morrow relentless on the dribble drive.
A loose ball gatherer that Morrow is, and a terrific straight line drive kid. 25 points a game coming in.
Williams, the layup line continues. Florida State giving up nearly 72% from the floor to start. Explosive start for the home team. It's 72% from the floor. Williams, wide open.
She is the next superstar, I think, coming out of LSU.
And furious. Michaela Williams in double figures already, the wide open triple.
And Morrow and flau'jae get the headline, but she's right there with him. Leads this team in assists and third in scoring, almost 18 a game.
From the wing, the response by Williams.
Again, that's where Florida State is different this year than last year. They've improved defensive efficiency by about 35 points on the year.
Timpson, the great entry pass. She's got 4, and it's a one-possession game.
LSU transition defense. And you see, throw that thing inside, and coming off of a double-double Saturday, 18 and 11. She is a walking double-double for Florida State.
Gilbert forces the issue, and her first field goal here in the NCAA tournament was 0 for 9 Saturday. Made 4 free throws and a 3 by Williams. That's her second of the ball game.
Serena Sundell, the 6-foot point guard from K-State, 19 and 14 in their win at Kentucky.
Aaron pass from Gordon. Gilbert short on the layup. Here comes FSU. Looking to tie or take the lead. Bowles from the corner.
Bottom.
And Florida State grabs its first advantage of this ball game.
They want to do that ball in conversion offense. Bowles is the primary weapon, Roy, to sprint to the corner and have feet set and eyes. Her mom played hoops for Nebraska, so an athletic family brought up to be tough.
Latson with a crease. Timpson. Up and in, and a chance for 3.
Yes, ma'am. Timpson averages 17 and 10. I said she's a walking double-double. 15 turnovers a game, and they're going to creep towards that number right now if they don't get control of it.
Morrow shows the range and the skill set on full display with 14. Gilbert on Treadwell, inside to Smith.
Yep. Roy, Florida State is going to down the ball on the side. They're going to force the ball baseline. Knowing that, you have to rotate over. You know where you're forcing the ball.
Florida State has a way of creating matchup problems. So does LSU. Jada Richard lays it in.
That's those fast break points I'm talking about. But you do not, if you're Florida State, want to turn that thing over with live ball turnovers in this game.
Crowd back in it. Latson and a chance for 3. That'll stop a 7-0 run for LSU. Well, she found a way to get back to the line and a chance for 3 the hard way.
To be the nation's leading scorer, she's not a jet. She's strong, she's powerful.
State capital of Louisiana, we're calling Baton Rouge, and what an atmosphere, and here's a steal. KK Timpson, coast to coast.
Well, they are scoring off their defense, are they not, Florida State? Just the exact type of game we thought we would have all weekend long. Looking forward to Monday.
Gilbert from the elbow. Only 5 for the Seminoles. Timpson, 44-43. Timpson now in double figures.
We had a great conversation about it today after the shoot-around.
Shepard with a bounce. Willed that one in. Here comes Latson, 19 on the board. She averages 25 per game. Timpson. Boy, the ball just died on the heel and dropped.
And as soon as her defender went towards the ball, just an easy throwback for the 15-footer.
Mid-range is there for Richard.
Are we playing with a legal ball and legal rim? Man, of this thing going in at a high clip.
And finally, some help for Latson. She'll survey between the legs. Circus shot, and it drops.
That is special because she doesn't see a yield sign or a stop sign when she's in that middle third. She sees a green go sign.
And this is the stage. This is the spotlight Tania Latson's been waiting for, been dreaming about. Latson, yes!
She just such a soft touch.
That's her first, and perhaps a message being delivered there in that battle in the post between Morrow and Timpson. Richard off the hezzy. Morrow on the offensive glass. Venezuela with the rejection, saved by LSU. Richard again.
Wow, such a tough kid, right, for a true freshman.
And the stars shining brightly here in this second round matchup.
Roy, remember Florida State, they're 17-1 if they make 8 or more threes. They've already made 5 in the first half. And a lot of time on that clock. Those point guards for LSU, they're not out there to score. They're out there to manage the game.
Bowles on Williams. Mid-range.
Yep.
here in our third quarter. Sydney Bowles with 5 points. Inside to Morrow.
Boy, there have been a lot of one pass. Shown a lot of teeth and a lot of grit.
Latson contested. Here's Smith. flau'jae's only attempted 3 shots tonight. Make it 4. And how about that finish?
Yes, ma'am, again. Big fan of flau'jae Johnson.
The lead is back to 8. Knowles only 2 points in the second half. Make it 4, and there's Latson.
Unbelievable control of her body has Latson. Around that rim. Yeah, it's hard to guard.
Day Wilson outside of flau'jae. The hezzy. The layup.
So she. Inside that 4 white jersey.
Latson on the cut and stolen away by Morrow.
Good
pass.
pass.
Smith. Williams is wide open.
Bam!
That's a 3.
Did you get that deflection? What presence, though, that time by Samaya Smith to run the floor down the middle as a post kid.
Gordon, the silencer.
You've got to stay aggressive if you're Florida State in this game and try to match LSU.
LSU outscoring FSU 14-6 here in the third. The
What
dump
pass.
off.
Roy, the 19th assist in this game for Kim Mulkey's kids. And then the pass right here from flau'jae. Very well done.
Here comes LSU, and look out, flau'jae Johnson behind the back. The spin outside to Anissa Morrow. Attacking. Largest lead for LSU, playing in front of this raucous crowd. Williams, silky smooth on the spin and the finish.
High State. This LSU PMAC is hot right now, almost at capacity. And that's the ability of Williams right there.
Tonight, Latson 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Also, the turnovers starting to mount up. Got 5 in the game. Smith down low.
In terms of how strong the roof is, because they are waiting to explode.
Inside to Morrow.
I believe if that score holds up, it would be 29-3 for those teams playing on their home court in this tournament. She gets to that glass on the rise of the shooter, which all great rebounders understand.
Williams, why not?
Kim Mulkey's having a party over there on that sidelines. Kim Mulkey knows. Man.
And Florida State ends the third quarter.
The offense was clicking, and defensively, they came to life. Roy, you can get
that time off after the SEC tournament has meant a lot to this program, Jimmy.
Well, you look at the banners up there that the women's programs have won here and all the trips to the Final Four. This is the first time in LSU history that they have 3 first-team All-SEC players, Johnson, Morrow, and Williams. That tells you the talent aren't supportive of who she is and embraces those that love her. And I put me on that side of it because she has been so good.
It was an exciting weekend for her as well. Her best friend, Jan Crawford, a CBS News correspondent. Her daughter played at Georgia Mason, so they got to spend some time together before. flau'jae racing for the rebound is Day Wilson. Back and forth.
That is big time. I'm telling you, it all started. We know about the big 3, but look at Day Wilson move that ball with great vision. The interior passing has been there the entire evening for LSU.
And she reached double figures, but it was the lack of turnovers and all of the assists managing the game. And Michaela Williams, what a performance, 28 on the board.
LSU just goes to a horn set, and Williams just breaks right off the passer at that horn set for an easy one.
The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallets? Keep up what we witnessed in the first quarters, first half, and it was all LSU since the break, and a timeout called.
When the awareness of Williams to know where that camera was. I have fallen in love with this LSU team. Not in terms of how good they are, but how much joy they have.
Those passing lanes, the angles, the finishes. You mentioned earlier, 26 assists. In and out, and back down it goes for Smith. She's got 20 points, a new season high for her. And just the way they share the basketball. Joy's a great word. Lats in the step back three and splashes that one in. She's got 30.
Over the last couple of days.
Poro.
Kim Mulkey goes to that 2 or 3 times a half, just overload one side.
And there's going to be some outstanding athletes on display in that game. And a battle of wills between the SEC and the ACC again. Those 7 assists, a new career high.
Where she leads the nation in rebounding, and she is maybe 6'1". She ain't over 6'1".
Well, FSU looked the part in that win over George Mason on Saturday.
And the first half of this game.
Really did.
Gotta stop the action. Already with 101 on the board for the home team.
Richard off the front of the rim. LSU over the century mark. 3rd time in 4 games that has happened.
It was a 1-point game at half if you're just now turning it on. 50-49. That first half was as good as you're going to see.
Buckle up for this game tonight in Baton Rouge and over in Spokane later this week. Deep in the night on Friday evening. Same theory applies.
Talk about you want to be hot, healthy, and hungry at the right time. And that's exactly what LSU is right now.
Del Rosario just checked in, and Treadwell a block.
Special year from Latson and company. That is too much, though, by LSU out of the SEC for Florida State to keep up with in this one. On both ends of the floor.
Jada Richard swatted out by Treadwell as the shot clock expired. A second half for the ages, and Kim Mulkey back to the Sweet 16. The LSU Tigers headed to Spokane.
Just a dominant second half performance